Salisu Mohammed aka Dogo Saleh, a 21-years-old bandits kingpin that has been terrorizing Nigerians along the Kaduna, Lokoja and Enugu Highway, was earlier in the month traced and arrested by men of the Nigeria police force, but, after he was captured by the Special Police Security Operatives, the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Police Command said some of his gang members laid ambush against the police operatives, which led to exchange of gunfire, and eventually, the arrested bandits kingpin, Dogo Saleh, sustained gunshot injuries from the bullets fired by his gang members who came for his rescue during the gun battle with the police, and he was pronounced dead when he was rushed to the hospital for treatment. The age of the suspected bandits leader may be another pointer that most heinous crimes in Nigeria are committed by underage children who are often misled into the crime by adults. This may explain further that since the beginning of the year, when one of the state governors in the West Africa country, Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State, decided to take the war against criminality to the doorsteps of a group of suspected criminally minded people known as Babalawo, or spiritual native doctors, believed to be the ones luring the underage children into crime with the magical practice of okite, which gives them the belief they can't be caught and police bullets wouldn't penetrate them. Cases of kidnapping and other crimes apparently have reduced in the southeast state. Our crime reporters observed and reported that the high rate of kidnapping and killings usually prevalent in Anambra State, especially along the Onitsha-Owerri Federal Road, has come almost to a halt since January 17, 2025, when Governor Soludo went harder on the suspected root causes of crimes in the state, the Babalawos, or spiritual native doctors. Our editorial team also observed that the Anambra State Police Command now go to schools and other public places for enlightenment and campaign awareness against crime, most especially calling on the residents to stop the every Monday sit-at-home order, but the Biafra secessionist armed groups have continued to issue threats of attack if the weekly sit-at-home is not obeyed until the detained Biafra agitation leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is released. Interestingly, major arrests made by Anambra State Police Command recently over the kidnapping and subsequent killing of the State House of Assembly lawmaker, Honorable Justice Azuka, indicated that some heinous crimes in the state are committed by underage children, as most of the suspects were mainly 19 years old, indicating they were already into high-profile criminal acts when they were not up to the constitutional age of 18. Similarly, two of the arrested suspects behind the kidnapping and killing of Honorable Justice Azuka escaped from the police custody in a manner the Anambra State Police Command believed that the police operatives under whose custody the two suspects escaped have case to answer. The police command, through the person of the command public relations officer, Tochukwu Akenga, in a TV interview on February 28, 2025, said that the entire police personnel who went on the operation were arrested and detained because there were more professional ways they could have carried out the operation without going with the escaped suspects. According to the Punch newspaper, a 21-year-old notorious bandit leader, Salisu Mohammed, popularly known as Dogo Saleh, met his end at the hands of his gang members after being arrested by the operatives of FCT Police Command. Dogo Saleh, identified as a hitman for criminal gangs operating in Rajana Forest, Kaduna State, had been responsible for multiple kidnappings and killings along the Kaduna-Lokoja Enugu Highway. The FCT Command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, issued a statement on Wednesday stating that police acting on intelligence conducted a covert operation to intercept Dogo Saleh at Gideon Abe Forest on March 3, while he was en route to Bwari Area Council, FCT. Ade stated that during the initial encounter, police operatives arrested Dogo Saleh, recovering an AK-49 rifle, 2 magazines, 60 rounds of live ammunition, and 3 million nairas suspected to be ransom proceeds. She added that after gathering from the arrested suspect, the anti-kidnapping unit of the command launched a follow-up raid on March 4, 2025, at a known bandit hideout in Kwesau Forest, Kagako local government area, Kaduna State, where his gang, led by one Abdu Musa, alias Canavaro, had established a major hideout. She noted that operatives were ambushed by armed bandits attempting to free their leader. The operatives swiftly engaged the criminals in a fierce gun battle, displaying superior tactical expertise and resilience. The bandits were ultimately overpowered and forced to flee into the forest with severe gunshot wounds. The suspect sustained fatal gunshot wounds inflicted by his own gang during the crossfire. He was rushed to Kaduna General Hospital, where he was confirmed dead, Ade said. Stating the criminal activities linked to Dogo Saleh, Ade said he was responsible for the abduction of a police officer's family and the killing of 2 security personnel in a January 5, 2025 attack at Kojama Market, Kaduna. Other attacks linked to Dogo Saleh include Kayuta Village, Chikun Local Government Area. 2 years ago, 2 individuals, including a security officer, were kidnapped. Ransom collected, millions of naira. The officer was later killed. Kaik Village, 1 year ago, a security officer's wife was kidnapped. Ransom collected, millions of naira. Bagada Village, 5 months ago, 3 individuals kidnapped. Ransom collected, millions of naira. Village near Kaduna Refinery, 1 year ago, 2 men kidnapped. Ransom collected, millions of naira. Karuga Village, Chikun Local Government Area, 1 year ago, 1 person kidnapped. Ransom collected, millions of naira. Bagado Village, Chikun Local Government Area, 11 months ago, ransom collected, millions of naira. And Dan Bushia Village, 2 years ago, ransom collected, millions of naira, she stated. Ade also said his gang was also known for working with the Ansaru terrorist group to procure weapons. She stated that Boka, the overall commander, Shami, surname unknown, deputy, Dogo Saleh, assistant, and Gudan, an assistant who operated a sub-camp in the forest, had been eliminated in separate operations. The bandits' hideout was successfully dislodged. One officer, the inspector of the FCT anti-kidnapping unit, sustained minor injuries and has since been treated and discharged. No other casualties were recorded, she added. Ade said the FCT Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, praised the officers for their bravery and assured residents of ongoing operations to capture fleeing gang members. He urged the public to report suspicious activities via police emergency lines.
Zoka himself, of blessed memory, is also involved.
So you people allow criminals to drive, while police are now the conductors?
Those policemen shouldn't have gone with those suspects to the scene. There are so many other strategies to arrest that Mr. Akolise. So it should have been prevented. In the issue of preventing it, you understand that destiny can be changed.
You're admitting, say, police fuck up.
You can't be police more than us. All the officers involved in that operation is currently in custody, while we have activated other team to make sure that the suspects that is on the run, we will rearrest them. Anambra State Police Command is more pained than what you are feeling now. We have nothing to hide. It's still us that came out and let the members of the public know. It is still us that is still giving members of the public to know that we are pained in this process. And part of what we are doing, it will also give us edge to make people to trust us again, just as we have been preaching.
How is it possible that unarmed 2 young boys, they are not professional athletes, they are not professional runners, they are not people that have gone to Olympic and came back? How do you want the public to believe and accept that people that are on their foot outrun police officers that are trained though, that should be running better than them, and then given that they are with guns too, that you can shoot and the person just for up, the person stops running, then talk more of that you can even shoot the person? How do you want the public to actually understand that they outrun police officers that are with guns that can shoot them down?
When something wants to happen, it will happen. My style of policing is preventive policing, except it is destined to happen. But first of all, I must prevent it. I'm not, I said, let's not be passionate about this, because Anambra State Police Command is more pained than what you are feeling now. Remember, the family, the community, the constituency he represents, we also need to explain to them. So why I say that my style of policing is preventive policing, except is destined to happen. In that context, is saying that those policemen shouldn't have gone with those suspects to the scene. There are so many other strategies to arrest that Mr. Akolisa. So it should have been prevented. So in the issue of preventing it, you understand that destiny can be changed. So now, in the context of you saying that the policemen, they are trained, the suspects are not Olympic, they are not athletes that should have run. Remember, these are criminals. In as much as we are not making excuses for them running away, but we are also blaming our officers for that unprofessional act. So the context of here, trying to explain on how it happened and how it not happened, we have done that. But please, trust us again. We are doing everything possible to make sure that these suspects are back.
For how long? Are we working with any time frame? Are you saying give us 7 days? Are you saying give us 2 weeks? Or is it indefinite?
It's not indefinite. So, since that incident happened, the command has been coming up with updates on what we are doing.
This happened on February 8th, right?
Yes.
And today is 28th of February. That is 20 days
20
after.
days, yes.
And people are still saying that we should trust you again. It is 3 weeks.
Yes. Why I'm saying this is because it happened on 8th. Part of what the command is investigating is also to know why the policemen that are involved in this operation did not let the management team know about this incident for 10 days. So we are still grilling that part to know whether there is conspiracy or not.
Do you think there is?
Investigation will unveil. So there are so many things that we are looking at. That is the part of we calling on members of the public to trust us. Remember, it is still Anambra State Police Command that came out and let the members of the public know that the suspects that we have in our custody, in the course of going for an operation to arrest another to escape.
After more than a week, people did not come.
It took days. In as much as it took days, but we still said it. Then on the part of it took days, the operatives that are involved in that operation are currently in custody. Part of what we are doing is to know why they conceal that information.
I'm asking you, how do we know that these police officers are in custody and they are being drilled and grilled, just like you're saying? Because you people can come and say anything.
See,
how do we know that they are in custody?
You are saying this on the space of distrust, but I am telling you to trust us again. And for policemen to go on the process of the level of what you are saying now, being dictated, made public, is a process. When we get to that extent, we'll do that process. But for now, I just don't want to say all our strategy, but we ask questions. We interview them one after the other to get facts and discrepancies of what they said previously and what they are currently saying now. So these are things that we are doing. And remember, the senior officers among them have been queried, and part of the query is to respond. Then on our own, we have taken their statements because we are treating them as suspects now.
Trust is
a double-edged sword.
Yes, and it's a process.
Yes,
it's a process.
It's end.
Yes, it's end.
It's end.
It's not
for us to get to this stage. Part of what you have to know, and our followers to know this, is that we have nothing to hide. It's still us that came out and let the members of the public know. It is still us that is still giving members of the public and our followers to know that we are pained in this process. And part of what we are doing, and we know it will also give us edge to make people to trust us again, just as we have been preaching, is to rearrest these suspects. And I'm telling you that we are doing everything legally possible to make sure that these suspects are in custody.
One of the main reasons why we invited you here today is to talk about the trending matter of Honorable Justice Azoka, the member representing Onitsha North 1 constituency that was gruesomely murdered after being kidnapped and detained for some days and everything. There are so many things to the story. So now I'm asking you, as the police PRO, you are speaking for the police. What happened to Honorable Justice Azuka? Please go ahead.
Honorable Justice Azuka, I pray that God will grant him peace. Also know that Anambra State Police Command is doing everything possible to make sure that those behind this don't go unpunished. The command is pained by his demise, and we are also making sure that those people that are behind this gruesome murder will never go unpunished. When we got that information about
bringing you the news in a more digital way.